Today's edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox is brought to you by Grandpa's Cafe in Dania.
Hold the mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defoe, and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to a brunch edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox today. So I guess we'll call it the Brunch Box. We're at Grampa's Bagel Cafe and Deli in Dania Beach. We got Mark Freed. He's like a dog. He's like looking out the window. What do you see?
I'm watching where they park so that they don't take my spots. We're going to work in that building the whole day.
Yeah,
and I think I got a fish coming.
Oh, that's good.
But we don't sell fish. Like, it was salmon.
Oh, you got a fish. I thought you were at a poker table and you saw a guy who's an easy
I saw his cards and I raised.
Oh, there you go. We're at Dania Beach. There's new construction apartments going up everywhere. We've got Jeff Defoe DeForest back manning the fort as home base. How are you this morning, Defoe?
Wait a minute. You guys have me? Can you hear me and everything? You see me?
We can.
I see you.
There's something wrong with my screen. There's something really wrong with my screen here.
What? You seeing double?
I don't see an omelet with corned beef hash in front of Lubie. I don't see the usual mound of chicken salad and an array of various forms of lox and bagels.
We're all on a seafood diet. We don't see it. We don't eat it.
Mark Freed, of course. Who wouldn't want to have breakfast or brunch with Mark Freed? He's always a pleasure to be around. So, but where's the grub? What's going on there?
So we're all on, I guess, austerity measures lately. And look at me. Freed, we got the memo. We're twinning today. You see,
black shirts are slimming.
Did you sign with Nike? Is that what happened as a result of the popularity of the show?
Well, we can announce that we have been officially.
Yeah, there you go.
Defoe, I got one thing to say to you. They will buy one, get one free. Tell me who you think. Tell me who paid.
I don't think you.
And it fits Mayo now that he's shooting Ozempic. So that turned out to be a stroke of luck.
It's cheating. But I am, look at me. I think I'm looking a little bit slimmer.
Yeah, Mark looks great.
Well, you can tell by the old pictures. The pictures that pop up during the various. You just saw a variety of shots of Mike Mayo eating at Grandpa's and. Eating in style, I might add, and that was when you were an advocate of the big bite with that turkey and chicken liver sandwich or whatever that was.
This is what he's eating today.
But this is it.
And what is this? You got a bunch of lemons and some tea? What is that?
I've got tea with honey and lemon because I am nursing a little bit of a sore throat. But ever the pro, I'm just.
That's not even a pastry. I mean, I thought at least it was some pastry.
Every time he says something about that throat, I move more and more left.
Yeah, he's trying to get off the
screen. You're going to see me at the window in about 5 minutes.
Yeah,
very strange. What's going on here?
So we've got the brunch crowd in at Grampa. I see some people eating eggs and omelets. I see some people already diving into the corned beef and pastrami sandwiches.
We did a lot the other day. We said a lot of corned beef.
What's the cutoff time for you where you go between, like, instead of getting the omelet, where are you going to go get the soup and the sandwich?
There is no cutoff in this place.
Okay.
You could have breakfast all day.
I'm saying you personally. Like,
Me?
do you have an internal clock?
I'm up early, so I try to eat one meal instead of two, but it don't always happen around here. But I could eat like 11 o'clock. Be ready.
You'll have a sandwich at 11 or soup?
No, I'm gonna have soup today.
He made a Mayo face when he said sandwich at 11 o'clock. No. But the egg wrap, I think Lubie is going to get one of those. But
I'd like to. Yeah, they're great.
We're going to ease our way into the food today because this is what I've learned, Defoe, is that food doesn't define me. I don't have to always be surrounded by it or putting my face in a plate. It's a reprogramming.
Defoe, I got to be careful because in a few minutes I'm going to feel somebody nibbling on my arm.
It's weird. These drugs.
And you better watch your arm. He's going to have
I'm scared.
It's Ozempic and Wegovy, and there are other ones out there on the market, but they must be better than anything that Victor Conti mixed up at the Balco Labs because to see Mayo showing not only this restraint, but a whole philosophical, transformation that he's made.
Gila Monster Juice.
Watch, show some muscle.
Again,
there you go.
I've been going to the gym. There you go.
Look at that, Defoe. You ever see anything like that?
I'm like the little kid at the mall.
I mean, those pictures, the before and after, are already showing a startling.
And I'm encouraged because I still feel lighter, even though I really put on a display in New York City over the weekend. I was up in the city little, just weekend getaway. I did a sightseeing tour of Brooklyn, but all the sites involve food, and it was like toward the end of the week, so I had a tremendous appetite. I'm going to attribute that to my great exercise regime. So, like, I actually burned calories and was hungry, and I went to the Mill Basin Deli, and I went to all kinds of Italian restaurants, pizza, bagel. Look at this.
Give us two
There
more.
we got
ones.
matzo ball soup
and a couple extra spoons,
which my throat desperately needs.
Yeah,
but before
before
we get into the food, and we do have some business to attend to. The contest from last week, we never did the tiebreaker, and this was impressive, Freed, because you're going to be picking out this week's winner.
Can I add my name in there?
You could, sure. Well, you should be playing the contest.
I tried once, and it was too difficult.
It was too difficult.
Defo, he made it hard just that week because he knew I was going in.
No, it's becoming more and more impossible. And what's weird is the harder it gets, the more people hit it. This one was particularly, just way out of line with anything that's been done before. The restaurant was fairly easy, the Briny Pub. But
right, Briny Pub for St. Patrick's Day. Have you ever been there in Pompano Beach? It's right near the Pompano Pier, Atlantic, and the ocean. Apparently, this is an Irish pub that calls itself the, I guess, what is it? The most
elevated or something?
The most elevated dive bar around. It's been there 80 years.
It's a dive bar, but they have good food.
Yeah.
Like they do a good job. It's interesting. They've been around.
They were killing it
looks like
on
a
the
dive.
St. Patty's Day. Killing it.
And if they change it to a nice looking place, they probably go out of business.
They would go right out of business.
So you better leave it alone.
People gravitate. Sometimes you can't
one's
change
for
your
you.
core essence. If that's what your brand is, embrace it. That's what I say.
Yep.
My brand, though, I'm at a, I guess, crisis now because my brand had been stuffing my face, and now I'm just sipping some hot tea with honey.
What do you have to say about that, Defo?
I want to say,
I need a good laugh.
It's remarkable. You know that after the show, people don't be fooled. He goes out to a buffet and slaughters it. That's what I'm thinking.
He gets a pepperoni pizza.
Exactly. He's like a pizza to the head.
And I'm also thinking, when the stuff wears off,
Even when he loses weight, he gets beat up.
That's
sure.
all right. That's why I'm here. I'm a human punching bag, and I can take it.
But he's doing great.
But the Briny Pub was absolutely nailing it on St. Patty's Day. I would imagine all Irish bars were having success. I heard our friends at the Galway Shaw were killing it too.
That's right, Galway
But
Shaw.
I wanted to ask Mark Freed. He would be an expert on this because I was thinking I really don't care for boiled corned beef. And I would much rather go to a deli and get it on a slice of fresh rye bread that you guys just put together with some spicy deli mustard.
And then get a side of cabbage.
Cabbage.
We have that. That's what we sold this week. But if you wanted rye bread, we give you rye bread.
How about use some sauerkraut?
Can you split that up a little
because sauerkraut is cabbage. So, if you have a corned beef with sauerkraut, or make it a Reuben.
Just make
that is basically essentially corned beef and cabbage, but the sauerkraut is pickled cabbage. All right. This
pickled cabbage.
There you go.
Well, no, I'm talking about sauerkraut. Sauerkraut is what?
Sauerkraut.
But it's made from cabbage. It's shredded carrot.
To me, I like cabbage. So if I really like a sandwich and like the rye bread, then just get it. We would have gave anybody. I'm sure they sold some. I wasn't here that day.
Coleslaw.
But if you wanted a
coleslaw is made from cabbage, so that's also you put coleslaw on your corned beef sandwich. You got the Jewish version of a St. Patrick's Day celebration.
So the Jewish people could be St. Patty here.
That's
Why not?
You know what
Everyone's
I saw over the
Irish
weekend?
and
And you are the Knish maven here, and I was marveling at your Knishes today. That didn't sound too good, but
the trays look full, I hope?
Yeah, the trays were full and fresh, and I was thinking of you, Defo, because those potato Knishes look like they had just come out of the oven. They are just bursting with potato-y goodness in a golden.
What are you trying to do to him? You trying to make him cry?
Best in the city. I'm always hoping Lubie will veer east. It just surprised me like he was coming straight from Yonah.
Defo, I want you to know I put away a potato Knish every week. You don't show up here, so I think I owe you. I think you got 12 on the list.
It's like the seat for Elijah at the Passover table, where he puts a potato Knish on an empty chair, and he says, "Maybe one day, Elijah."
It's only the early post time that stops me. Had I known we were going to get going, closer to 11, I probably could have just made it down there. But I'm there in spirit, and like I said, the best in the city. I mean this in all sincerity. When you're the best in the city at anything, or at anywhere around the world, when you're the best, it's to be noted, and you have the best Knish in the city. I don't think there's any.
These Knishes here, house made, absolutely.
Like my grandson would
delicious.
say, "Bravo!"
But let me
And he
ask
goes like
Oh, he
this, and
does
then
it?
he goes
does the
like
whole
this.
thing? Nice.
let me ask
His
you.
name is Denver, everybody.
Oh, right. And he's
Bravo.
only, is he one yet?
Yeah, 15 months almost.
15 months. And he's going to be an offensive lineman. He looks like a brute,
I
right?
don't know. I don't know if I want him there.
No. All right. Well, then maybe teach him some baseball. Get a
There
Juan
you go.
Soto contract.
The golf.
$750 million.
I'll take him as Soto's bat boy. I'd be
There
fine.
you go. See, Soto was in
Honestly.
town the other day. Was eating at that Daniel's Steakhouse.
Is that
up the
right?
road. Yeah, with Steve Cohen, I guess. Oh, what's his name? Steve, the owner of the Mets.
Cohen.
Yeah, and he was also at the same table in a back private room. I got my sources and spies. Steve Ross, the owner of the Dolphins,
really?
was in
Of
with
course.
that group. And
Was in the house.
it
Wow.
must be nice
It's a
being
nice house.
billionaire. I was going to ask you this. Over the weekend, I was at the Mill Basin Deli. Do you know the Mill Basin Deli?
Sure do.
Avenue T Deli, where
Sure
my
do.
dad used to go for lunch 3 times a week because his dental office was right down the block.
Pretty good deli.
It's a good deli.
Is it
50
still?
years.
It's still there.
It's still there. Celebrated 50 years last year. Saw Frank, the manager. He knew my dad a long time. You know, a lot of those old school delis in Brooklyn are gone now.
Grabstein's was the
gone.
best.
That was in Canarsie. That was your stomping grounds,
Yeah,
right?
he was the greatest.
And then Jay's on Avenue U is gone. I don't know if
I
you
didn't
remember
know
that one. But Mill Basin Deli is still hanging in there. And on the menu, and it wasn't just the St. Patrick's Day special, but this kind of, it was actually like a new menu edition. And
Thank
Val
you.
got it because she has some Irish blood in her. They have a corned beef and cabbage knish. And
Corned
it was,
beef and cabbage knish.
and it was also blended with a
Interesting.
little potato. So it was like, you know, you
It's
have
like
your
the
brisket
thing.
knish. But
Mayo may make me money one day.
I should try it, honestly.
it
That'd
actually
be great for St. Patrick's
it's
Day.
really good if you put a little bit of, I mean, it was a little bit of cabbage shredded with some corned beef chopped up with some potato. And it was really a nice
Probably
blend.
great.
Yeah.
What
it
could be
was-
bad?
There was nothing. And you put a little squirt of deli mustard on the side. We were dipping it. And I was like, wow, that works. That's a good bite.
Wow.
I'll show you a
I hope I
picture
don't
then.
lose customers all the way to there.
I don't think they could, unless they're on a
It's like a
JetBlue
hat.
flight right now. Meanwhile, we're digging into the matzo ball soup. Let's get to the contest
Let's do
tiebreaker finally. All right, and as you mentioned, Fried said it was too hard for him, but not for our savvy crowd on the lunchbox because I could throw them whatever curveballs, whatever tiebreaker, and they're still going to get it. I
Yep.
mean, there is wisdom in our crowds. It's unbelievable. The restaurant was
I
Brian
think I need Coach Defo here, maybe. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. But we had the Briny was the restaurant. The number 1 horse was moving on up was the winning horse, but there was 4 scratches and a bunch of people had some scratched horses. The only one who actually picked the winning horse who's in the tiebreaker was Eric Newberg. The other 2, which is Alexa Habe and Jeannie Jordan, had scratched horses, but they by default got the post-time favorite, which was the winner moving on up.
Right.
And then finally, this was the hard part. For the first time we did pick a winner of a golf tournament at the 36-hole mark, the Players' Championship last week, with the final score under par, relative to par. You realize 3 people got Rory McIlroy at 12 under par, which was his final score that was got him into a tiebreaker.
Yep.
Nobody had the other guy who's, I don't even remember his name.
Sour,
anymore.
something sour.
Sour? Was that his name?
JJ Spawn was in there.
Spawn.
There you go.
Because if it was sour, he went sour.
He went
It was
south.
Spawn.
He missed a short
SPAU.
putt, I guess, at some point.
No, he dropped one in the drink on one of the extra playoffs.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
in
you
the
know
time
what's sad? He hit the ball so perfect,
Perfect, right.
and
Yeah.
it just went long. It was a
It,
crazy.
it landed like a matzo ball in the lake. I mean, it really did. It was floating and everything. It was like a range ball.
Oh, my
Because Rory hit the same club like he hit, I think. And
Yeah. Oh, he was right there, and they put the pin on the bulkhead, so
Right.
that you had to literally. I
cup.
mean,
The cup
know,
was right
risk
there.
your
It was
life.
like it
But,
was very, very
it was a tough loss, no doubt. about it.
diabolical. Again, pros hate when you hit good shots and
Yeah, it
get
sucks.
penalized. But it was a little bit of a dry and windy day, and he just, I guess, was jacked up with adrenaline, and he just shot it, boom,
You know what?
right into
Because
the
Rory stayed and didn't run to live, I just root for him. I root for all the guys who stayed.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's a good. I forgot.
I
that
just
there's that
they
other,
gave up the money and they still make great money.
Yeah,
but
good for them.
They gave it up, and those other guys, they're like out of the world. You know, you don't
Yeah,
even
no one
hear
even knows
about
they're
them
there.
anymore.
Yeah, that live tour. They should rename it the Dead Tour because
Exactly.
nobody knows about it. Like, uh-oh, are you getting a cold? I got to move away from
The
you.
2 of you.
I think I'm gonna send Mayo to the bathroom. What do you
No,
think?
wait,
Got his own clinic.
He's going to
Yeah.
blame it on me.
Treat him like mush.
I didn't sneeze all day
All right.
till next to me.
We
I'm
got-
allergic to him.
We got 3 little slips in this bag.
Yeah, we're a
Mark
winner.
Freed, you do the honors. Don't look. Take one
I
little
don't
pill.
matter. I
It don't
just hope
matter.
I wake
All
somebody.
right.
Oh,
Open-
good
you want to
one.
open it
No,
up?
you
and give
do
it.
it.
Okay. He
I'm
wants
done.
nothing
I
to
want
do
my
with
hands
me.
off that thing.
He wants the hands off and away from me. We've got a winner, and this week's winner is Jeannie Jaffe.
You're
Don,
welcome,
if
Jeannie.
you're watching, you can tell your wife she won, even though at first she didn't get it, but she basically understood. She sent in an addendum email saying, I didn't understand how the margin was supposed to work, but she realized, she sent in before the deadline that Rory McIlroy was going to win with a final score of 12 under par.
That's pretty impressive.
And it's very impressive because that was due by Saturday at noon before they teed off the third round. So, Jeannie Jaffe, you and a guest have won an all-expense brunch package for 2 at 10 Palms at Gulfstream Park, place that Freed is fond of hanging out. We're going to be doing our next brunch bash.
You should
on
have him at
April
our brunch
6th.
bash if he's in
If you
town.
can make it on Sunday, April 6th, we're going to be spending a day at the races with our friend Joe Beja, the director of hospitality.
What time you get there?
We get there
12
about
to
noon,
4-ish.
but we stay till 3 or 4. Till 4. I'm there from
So
12
maybe
to
I'll
4.
do that. I'll
Come
Come
on
by,
out
we'd love to
here.
have you out.
I got to
April
write it up.
6th for
'cause
you,
me,
we
I won't
have-
remember.
We
Yeah,
have a guest seat
Mayo
at
will
the
remind
table.
you.
I'll send you a text. I'll put it on your calendar. April 6th. And if you want to join us that day, you're going to get a discounted rate of $44 per person. It's a 20% discount from the usual Sunday brunch buffet rate. And you're going to have a fabulous time, day at the races, playing some horses, eating some beautiful omelets and food at their buffet. Joe Beja takes great care of everybody. If you want to join us, just RSVP to me at MikeMayoEats@gmail.com. And just tell me the number of people in your party, and you don't even have to pay until the day of. That's April 6th, Sunday, April 6th. Racing will be in full flight from Keeneland, so we'll have some simulcasting action from Keeneland, along with live racing at Gulfstream Park, which they do every day, Wednesday through Sunday, still through the end of the Florida Derby, which is coming up March 29th. Are you going to be there for that? Yeah.
Who knows? See if I have any extra money.
No, yeah, you still have still got money going.
We got money. We got money going. All right, Jeannie, congratulations. Consolation to the other 2. You
To
keep
the
on
2
trying.
other losers.
We don't call them losers. We call them runners up.
Oh, runners up.
First and second loser.
Runners ups.
I think there should be an amendment made where Newberg, who actually had the winner, should have been the sole survivor. Never mind the
No,
scrap.
that's not the way the rules are written. We do allow for.
There need to be an executive order.
So when you have
Indeed,
this
yeah.
many people, right, and I would do, but you don't have to listen to me, of course. But the 2 runner-ups, as Mike calls them,
Yeah.
just tell the guy at 10 Palms to do like a half price or something.
Well, they
Get
do.
them
He
to-
does.
and
He
then-
does
Joe,
a discount for
We've
everyone else.
leaned on Joe, and I think what Defoe right now is doing, if Joe Beja is watching, is like saying Eric Newberg really deserves to get.
He came in with style points.
Yeah, no, I
Definitely
mean,
style points.
I wrote the rules in a certain way because I know a lot of times there are late scratches, and it's what happens if you're alive in a pick 5 and it's the 4th leg, and your horse is flips in the paddock and it's scratched. Who do you get, Defoe?
Oh, is that a
Usually you
thing?
get the
First
favorite.
time favorite. No, I understand all of the principles,
okay.
and it's more than fair. I'm
I
just
didn't know
saying that when you announced that he had the actual winner, I thought, oh, okay, well, this was a guy that it's like the true hat trick, right? Where the guy scores 3 goals in a row, the natural.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
fine. Eric Newberg, if you want to come out on April 6th, it's
Yeah,
my
we'll-
treat.
We'll
You
take care of him.
and a guest, and Eric is a longtime viewer of the show, very loyal.
Yeah, he's
so,
great.
Eric,
There you
you have my word. If you show up that day, Defoe will definitely pay for you.
All right, so if he don't show up, I'll be Eric.
Okay, well,
No, you're good no matter what.
You're good
No,
no
you're
matter
our
what.
guest. We would love
we
to have you
take
out.
care of sponsors, and we
I'm
take
kidding.
care of Eric. You got it. You and a guest. Come on, April 6th.
That's
and,
nice.
It's
Good
on
call,
me.
Mayo.
So thank you. Yeah, thank you, Defoe. Just cost me.
Sometimes
What?
he's a real gentleman. Defoe. A real gentleman. I go,
Some good money flying out of Mayo's pocket.
bravo to
Yeah.
Mayo.
Yeah, there you go.
Money was flying out of my pocket at last night's poker game. It was the first time I hung a L in a long time in that game that I've been invited to, and I was running up a good hot streak. But the hot hand is officially over. So
Ice cold.
Well, it was one of those nights where 4 times on the river a card came that like it was in a big pot, and I had the nuts going to the river, and then the river came
And
and
there were new nuts.
put out straight. There were new nuts, and that made me a little nuts.
Do you suspect that they
That
let
hurt.
you in a couple of times, knowing that you would be
Oh,
hooked? Thinking
That's
Yeah,
right.
it's because you,
It's
did,
just a
you go, did
possibility.
you go all in with the nuts?
I went in, yeah, I make them play, and they're all crazy. So like one guy, he's trying to hit a flush, and he hits one time a guy. Oh, it was brutal. I had flop top set. All right, I'm not getting into my poker tour. And then the other guy had jacks. I had pocket tens, 10 on the flop. The guy, I jam all in. He calls me with jacks, and a jack comes on the turn. So he
Did
hits.
you have any losing tickets at the track you would like to relate to us?
Not lately.
Like left at the market?
No, I've been easing off the track because I was away in New York over the weekend.
No, I didn't mean that you should do that.
How was the weather?
There you go. It was a
Being
joke.
facetious there, man.
It was pleasant. A little overcast, 50s, 58.
That's great.
And the cold snap came through the other day, and it felt like 25 when I got out to my cab to go to the airport to LaGuardia at 4:30 in the morning yesterday.
A lot of walking in LaGuardia, right?
Yeah, but it's beautiful now. Have you been in there lately?
Yeah, I go there every time I go see my daughter. She lives right there.
It's like going to the Mall of the Americas. I can't. It's like
Lives
they
in Long
make
Island
you
City.
walk through this
Nice.
whole shopping gallery before getting to the new terminal, but it's really, really nice in
Yeah,
there.
it's sucker spots. That's why
Yeah,
they make you
sucker
walk.
spots. We've got a couple of sucker spots that we know of. Hey, let's take our first break.
Oh,
I'll
God.
take a
I
tea
was
break.
dying for this break.
Good. Okay. The
I'm
soup,
overdosed.
the broth, by the way, you guys
The
just
soup
do
is
fantastic with
Yeah,
the
the soup's
broth
fantastic.
here. It really is Jewish penicillin. I'm feeling a lot
Yep.
better. And
Is Defo going to be here when we get back?
yeah,
It should be.
Defo will stick around. We might
The,
also have a special
The
guest.
carrots should not go unmentioned, Mike. Man.
No, they're nice chunks of
Okay,
carrot.
delicious. I'm enjoying my
But
carrot.
the
My
carrots, that
eyes,
they
I
do
can
there
see
are
better.
great.
Makes a nice chunky soup. It's beautiful. We're going to get into the matzo ball in a second. And speaking of matzo, we're going to talk about Passover coming
Yep,
up
you got
and
Easter as
other
well.
things when we come back on the lunchbox after these words. For the finest poultry and the freshest fish, Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, open 7 days. Since 1951, a South Florida tradition for stone crab in season, Thanksgiving turkeys, holiday feasts, and everyday eating. Great steaks, house-made sausage, and prepared foods, too. Delaware is not just a market, it's a celebration of taste, quality, and old-fashioned customer service with a smile. Sign up for their weekly email flyer at DelawareChicken.com and tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a great bagel with lox, matzo ball soup, deli sandwich, and rugelach, you know where I go? Grandpa's Restaurant in Dania Beach. It's a South Florida institution since 1957 that was revamped a few years back by a pair of New York bagel baking legends. Full deli and appetizing case with spreads, salads, and platters for takeout and catering. Grandpa's is near Federal Highway just north of Sterling Road, open 7 days for breakfast and lunch. Go eat and enjoy. It's Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. For the finest and authentic Greek cuisine, Taverna Kima is the place to go. 6298 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton. It's been around for nearly 2 decades. Every day is a feast with grilled lamb and fish, house-made spinach pie and moussaka, gyros, traditional dips, mezes, with soft, warm pita. It's open 7 days for lunch and dinner with happy hour daily from 3 to 6 p.m., indoor, outdoor, private dining. So celebrate life at Taverna Kima. For reservations and information, go to Taverna. Southern comfort food from a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar, a great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to batchsouthernkitchen.com. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, and also now with a new location on Las Olas Boulevard. Those are my spots. Upscale food and a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. If you want great Italian food in a beautiful beachfront setting,
have I got the place for you. Casa Calabria at the Ocean Manor Resort, 4040 Galt Ocean Drive in Fort Lauderdale. Highly rated across all the restaurant review platforms and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved. Delicious, authentic Southern Italian food in a cozy dining room overlooking the Atlantic. Live music in the lounge, full bar, and a great wine list. Owner Frank Talrico takes great pride in his family recipes from his native Calabria. Fresh fish and seafood, veal, house-made pastas, and marinara sauces smooth as silk. You gotta try the imported meats and cheeses on the antipasta platters, and don't miss that ricotta gnocchi. Fluffy little pillows straight from heaven. Casa Calabria, open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays. Tell them.
We're back on the brunch box today. We're calling it because we're having a nice brunch, a pre-afternoon edition from Grandpa's Bagel Bakery and Deli in Dania Beach with Mark Freed. I was showing him some food porn over the weekend in New York. Some baked clams from
Look really
Gargiulo's in Coney Island. Have you ever seen this
Those
before?
are memories.
And I mentioned this briefly the other day when I was on the street doing the show, St. Patrick's Day, but tombola is what they do at it's a game that gives you a chance to win free dinner at Gargiulo's. I've never seen it at any other restaurant.
It's called, but it's just a standard game, or is it a game they like created?
I don't know. No, I think it's like an Italian game. It's kind of like an Italian bingo lottery thing. They call it tombola, and I'm going to show. But it basically they have this like little barrel of like a shaker with all these little numbered pills. It's like a when you bingo when they would pull out a number, but it was 1 through 90. And for tables 8 and under, you can get to pick and play tombola at the end of the meal. And if your number comes out, you win on the house. I don't know if that includes the wine. Obviously, you still got a tip, but
Always got a tip.
I didn't win. But it's just kind of a cool concept. I've never seen that anywhere.
So what did you eat there?
Oh, I got some baked clams. We got some fusilli carciofi, which is fresh made fusilli pasta with some artichokes and a little bit of prosciutto in it.
See, I sucked him into answering that question, Defo. You hear that? Now
It's when it goes into detail because you could tell how much.
After the brunch at Grandpa's.
No,
This is a guy that's sucking down 2 tablespoons full of broth, and he's telling you what he was really all about, which was the mayo that we liked. We like that mayo. This mayo is
Where would
really.
we be without you?
it was
Okay.
the end of the week and the effects of the medication wear off so that you start to actually get more appetite and eat more. But earlier in the week, and I'm taking my doses on Mondays.
That's good.
It like the first couple of days, you really.
How's it going with that?
It's going. I haven't been
nothing.
on a scale.
As long as
'cause-
you stay on the low dose.
yeah, I'm staying on the
Stay
low
there.
dose. Okay,
As long as you can.
because it punishes you if you stray.
My
like,
wife said she'll kill me.
last night
I
I
was
got a
moody.
little.
Oh, really?
Ooh,
Oh, really?
little
but
too
on the
much.
next dose.
When you
Stay
have
on the
one?
low. yeah.
Okay.
All right.
When you start
So I'll
mainlining,
tell you a fast one.
Yeah.
But similar to your Tromboli or whatever it was called.
Tombola.
When I was younger, which was a long time ago, we used to go to Woolworths. It was called Woolworths. And you'd have balloons across the whole top of the counters. And you'd go in there and you'd order like, it was always ice cream, like banana splits. And instead of it being the most, say it was $2 because everything was cheap in those days, you'd pick a balloon and whatever the price in the balloon was, that's what you paid
That's what you got. Okay.
on like Saturdays or something. So that was it. It was just funny. It's similar.
You're gonna be doing that here?
Negative.
No.
was the price ever higher than the actual price on the menu?
No. Never.
So some
Always
kid grabs
lower.
a
So-
balloon and it's like $6, and
It's a good. It's a
he
good
leaves
little
there
promotion.
crying.
But it was fun, and like what you're talking about was
Yep.
probably fun. You get to pick, you know.
Oh, yeah.
For kids too, interactive. Yep.
As I told my table, any restaurant that introduces gambling into the equation
You're in.
during the meal
You're
is
in.
That's
a
a win.
restaurant I'm always
That's
gonna
a
love.
win, yeah.
And it's been there since 1907, so I guess they haven't had too many people hit. They haven't gotten wiped out yet, and it's a fun little promotion. I wish more places like Italian restaurants, old school. Apparently, it's an old school game in.
I never heard of it.
Yeah, but you know
Naples.
what? Like you pick a slow day, and then you get people to come in on that
Bingo.
day, and then you build business. And you still make money.
Literally,
But you
bingo.
know what? It's a good move on a slow day.
Yeah. If I was opening a restaurant now, I'd make it like 1 through 500, but 1 through 90 is fair. That's quick math, a little bit less than actually like 1.2% odds, 1.1%
There you go.
chance of winning.
The house will win most
So,
of the time.
Not like
That's
the
it.
horses.
Let's talk Passover, Freed. What do we got? It's coming up April 12th.
What do you want?
Well, you got
For you guys.
do
He stays
people.
away
When's that
from
platter coming?
You guys are open throughout the Passover.
It's coming by
holiday.
horse and buggy, I think.
You offer matzah brie and some other
That's
specials,
right in the restaurant. Everything
during-
else that goes with Passover. we'll
right?
have.
And you also obviously have catering for people who need.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, they want their seders catered. This is the place to come for brisket
Oh,
because
that's amazing.
every year I
Delicious.
get that thinly sliced. Clive makes it, puts it in the
Man,
pan
it's
with a little
moist,
bit
it's
of the
nice.
I like it
au
better than the thick myself.
I
You
like the
slice
thick.
it however
Thin
thick we
is
want.
nice,
We'll
yeah,
give it to
yeah.
however you want. But
because
it's nice.
It eats beautifully when it's thin, and it's substantive, and it's just, you want a little bit of the fattier pieces, you just ask. If you want just lean, you get it. Grandpa's has become my spot for all my Jewish holiday catering. I come in here and I get the Frida's busted balls here. I love it. No, we're gonna get the holiday platter out here, which is the brisket and the turkey and some side dishes. You've got potato pancakes. That some
Did he make those little ones?
I don't know what he's doing. We're gonna see. We're gonna have a little.
I'm gonna bet that don't.
If he puts a little potato pancake on there, I can afford to eat one little potato pancake.
You gotta check. You gotta check with the man on the TV right
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
I have an appetite.
You know, it's like smoking. You gotta either cut it or don't cut it.
That's not how Mayo works.
He's gonna put he's gonna put that little
He
potato
puts like a
pancake in his
toe
mouth,
in and a
and then
toe
he's gonna go
out,
hide in my kitchen.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I love matzo ball soup.
Me too.
Well, they do a great. My great grandmother, back to my grandmother, to my mother, has always been my favorite matzo ball soup. And out and about, delis, diners, they try and they do a decent job.
Most
you
of
guys
them
are the
do.
closest one, but you guys, it has, because a lot of the time it'll be missing, and it's not salt. Like it's the flavor of a
Real chicken.
good broth. Like
Little schmaltz.
the schmaltz. That's it. You guys
put a
have
little
that
schmaltz in there.
real deal, like
Right.
Jewish grandmother, great grandmother,
you can't,
mother.
You can't just take that
Matzo ball soup.
collagen broth and make chicken soup. You know what I mean?
No, wait, exactly.
And I just
Like
need
their
some,
matzo ball soup is like real deal. Like it really is, and it's cool to be able to get that out and about, which normally isn't the case.
You can taste the soul.
Yeah,
That's
it does. It's what my grandmother would be in the kitchen for hours. My mother is in there every Passover and shows up for the high holidays and
Call
for
it Jewish.
hours. Like it, the love, the affection, the whole family lives for it, and like she can see the excitement in them, so she makes sure she makes tons and tons and tons of matzo balls, like that. This soup feels like that.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Thank you.
So,
But I can tell you, if I'm anywhere in the same neighborhood as Lubie's grandmother, I'm in.
Oh no, I'll
You're
bring
in.
you some if you want. It's fantastic.
Is
But
she
you guys
still
do
around to make it?
my
She's still-
mother makes the
Makes it
same
now.
soup, and it's just as good.
And my
as
wife
grandmother
makes
and my mom.
pierogies that her mother used to make.
Nice.
I'm gonna.
That's cool.
Oh, and you know what? I should have took.
I
some.
love pierogies.
My wife just mailed some yesterday with dry ice to my son in Wisconsin.
Oh, nice.
I could have snagged a few for
Well,
us
that's fine.
today.
I'm sure she'll do
Oh,
it.
they're out of the world.
Oh,
She only makes it for my kids, not for me. Don't worry, I don't get one.
Well, speaking of family traditions and recipes, I'm still eating. I should have brought them. Last week was Purim. Did you? You had some Hamantaschen in
I
house?
have them. I bake them after Purim. They're selling. I
Oh,
can't
really?
believe
They're
how
selling
much
like
they're selling.
cupcakes?
So whoever bought them for the holiday are buying them after the holiday.
Nice.
That's
maybe,
my guess.
maybe we'll
I
bring
got
out.
some
Well,
right
your
up
baked
there.
goods are ridiculous.
Purim is what, a 1 day or 2 day holiday?
It's 1 day.
It's a 1 day holiday.
Yeah.
1 day
But it
only.
seems like if it's
But-
on a Tuesday, they stop buying them on the weekend.
People will celebrate it for days.
And
No,
we only
otherwise,
made
but-
2 kinds. I made apricot.
Well,
and
then we
raspberry this year.
definitely
Okay.
can bring out a Purim Hamantaschen. It's still within a
The guy-
week.
I told you the guy on the TV there. You got to get his approval.
What do you got? Apricot? Or
And he said
prune?
raspberry.
Or
Defa, what do you
poppy?
think?
I don't get judgmental about any of the Mayo diets. So we've been doing this show, it seems like 3.5 years. He's been on a diet since the first day. When he came in the
where's the
studio
guy?
with the McRib sandwich and said, "Well, I'm trying to lose a little weight." And I thought,
Yeah.
well, that'll work. And then we had to go through that whole. Remember when we had the keto nightmare?
Keto. It's fine.
Keto.
That was
every
taking
day.
place at your place when he was getting like.
Keto is a
twice
4-letter word. So,
So yeah, whatever he does, I hope he makes it. That's where root.
Listen, if
I
he
love it.
stays on that
Yeah.
Ozempic, it's going to work. And
the
then you
Gila
got to
monster
keep it off.
juice.
Yeah.
That's what I call it.
Because
Because
you can't stay
was-
on it forever.
it was derived.
That's my fear
It
for
was
him.
derived from the venom of the Gila monster. Do you know that?
No.
Well, this is
I
a
think
fun
there's a
fact
reason
that
no
you
one knows
get
that.
if you listen to Mayo Clinic Update Report. You
But
find out
I
these
think
things.
the only thing good about losing the weight for him is the ride back up is fun.
Oh
He's
no.
going to be like
Yeah,
De
like-
Niro in
I'll be-
Raging Bull.
Raging Bull. I'll
He's
be
gonna
going
feel
up.
like he's going downhill, but he's really
Yeah.
going uphill.
Like, did De Niro do the fat parts first or the skinny parts?
I think he filmed the skinny parts first. That would, I imagine, be the.
You know, it's weird though, Mark, and I don't know. I mean, a lot of people are doing it. They've had success losing weight, but Mayo offered me a ride home the other day, and I was going to walk back from wherever we were. It was a mile from my house, and there was like a rubber thing and a syringe in, in the
In
car.
the car?
I believe he's mainlining this stuff.
He's shooting it up. Like it's
You know, the
roids.
drug you're on is pretty powerful when you have to
Come
like.
on, open
He
this
is
one. Let's
lying.
see that
Go on.
vein. What do you, I don't see
No, you-
nothing.
A
You know
track.
what?
He's
You
tracking.
actually have to shoot this stuff into
It's
like
in your side. Yeah.
you put it in one side of the belly 1 week,
It's
another side the
it's
next
it's
week.
a pen, right?
It's a little
Yeah,
pen
it's a little.
Yeah,
with a
it's
little
not
little
like-
tiny needle that you kind of just barely gets into the
It
surface.
does look thin.
You
though.
inject it.
Look at
No,
what
he's
Ruby's
lost
got
weight.
here.
He's
Between
doing well. He's
you
doing
his
inject
belly
it,
and the table.
It stays, in while the medicine is releasing for 5 seconds. You don't hardly feel it, and and at the beginning of the week, you feel like I got the gill.
Maybe you should make a little one of these podcasts with the doctor and
And
we
do
do
it
enough
and
of
shoot
it.
and do a
We
little
do enough of
Ozempic.
this.
that we
do
talk
enough.
about
Put having
food,
Ozempic on
sports,
rye.
the Lubie for
Your
the
car, yeah.
the oil changes,
And
and,
the
then the
doctor,
Mayo
Mayo.
Clinic. I have a health clinic named in my honor.
And
They
fried
said it right
chicken.
at the beginning.
My
Yeah,
last name.
fried chicken. Oh yeah,
Fried is fried.
Fried is fried. I gotta stay away from you. The fried foods. Ooh, on this stuff, it kills me. All right, let's take our second break, and then we'll
Stay
be
away
back.
from the fries.
gotta
and
talk about-
he wants the fried potato pancake.
No, we're gonna
but
wait.
it's a mini.
Yeah.
The broth
You're gonna
and the
deep fry.
tea are getting me through. Thankfully, my
Yes.
voice
Smart.
is holding up. And we'll be back with more on the Lunchbox to talk about matzahs and eggs, two of Freed's favorite
Yeah, the
things.
prices are like up with matzahs, right?
Yeah, but
Eggs are coming down.
This is
They
a
are,
man.
but-
He's smarter than FPL.
There you
FPL
go, before they leave
buys
us.
oil futures and
Oh,
like
that's
natural
beautiful.
gas futures. This man is
Oh, and the juice.
he buys
my
egg
God.
futures.
Thank you.
He's on the floor of the Chicago Mercantile
Yes, he
Exchange.
does. He
I'm
does.
in the
like,
cages
I'm-
with the birds.
I'm in for 500 cases at this bid for the next 6 months, and
That's
they
so
give
funny.
it to him. It's
You know
great.
what my job is? My friend who used to own some chickens that laid eggs in his property in Boston. He tells me when that bird don't lay eggs, he puts his butt on ice. I said to him, "What if you can't go to the bathroom? I'll put you on ice."
I've never heard of a constipated chicken, but okay.
What is that just came on the table?
This is the brisket platter that
It's
Clive
like hot
made.
brisket.
Oh,
This is the thin sliced
Is
brisket
it
with
on
the
the bread?
gravy.
Like a hot brisket?
No,
it's
no
a
bread.
brisket.
That
It's
is
like a
all
brisket
brisket.
platter.
That is so good.
Jeez, that's so nice. Look at the gravy.
I,
Oh my god.
All right, we'll get to
Looks
that
like a little volcano in
after the
there.
break. Yeah,
We're all like blacking out.
He made the gravy lake in the middle
We
of the
can grab
volcano.
these by hand as long as you
That's
only
good.
touch the one.
That's
Fantastic.
good stuff. And
That's
the
the way
way
you should do it, though. Shouldn't you stick a ladle right there in the
that.
potatoes and then pour the gravy in there so it's like a little natural
I
potato
like
bowl?
this better.
No, this
I
is
like
good.
yours.
And
And the
Clive,
jus.
you know how thin Clive slices
Yeah,
the
look how thin it is.
the
It's like
lox
roast
and the
beef.
Nova here. Well, he has that same
God.
technique with the brisket, and it's so good thin. You really get. Oh wow! Now here comes a turkey
Ooh.
platter.
Oh Jesus.
Here comes a. It's we're getting ready for the
I'll take
Passover
these.
holidays, April 12th.
Mm,
Here
Sugar-free
at Grandpa's.
cranberries.
Oh,
You
nice.
can give him a call. What's the phone number here again?
You know the
Freed?
phone number here?
I think I have it here somewhere. You guys are.
I gotta. You
Come
know
on,
what?
you got everybody else's phone number.
Yeah,
except
we're
mine.
gonna
That's not
look it up.
nice.
Hold on, here we go. It's gonna be 954-923-2163. That's 954-923-2163. You could call in your
I
Passover
should know that,
orders.
right?
Again,
Probably.
not until April 12th, so we got time. We might even be in here before the Passover
That's
holiday.
across the street.
That's across the street. He's showing off the brand new
No,
building.
it looks
He's-
beautiful
He
already.
sees nothing but bagel customers.
Yes, all those people are going to run right here.
And they're
Honestly.
going to be coming here and getting their breakfast,
Could
brunch,
Defo see
lunch.
that?
Yeah,
That's going up. You know what? I would
It's gonna be
imagine
gorgeous.
Yeah,
as part of the move-in process, the kind
Yeah.
of welcome wagon, You put a dozen bagels outside every door, and you've got
Oh
You will
God.
have
Customers for
customers
life.
for life. Maybe just one bagel in front of each door.
Well, I
Fresh-
talked to Mayo about this. He's going to do his exercise. He's
Yeah.
going to run to every door.
I'm gonna run to every. I'm gonna knock
Drop off
and
a
leave a
bagel.
bag.
Meanwhile, you guys are closing with a rush here. I mean, as scant as things
yeah.
looked at the beginning
We're
with Mayo's
gonna
lemon
get
and
there.
tea,
Well, I can
you
say
have
I
picked
still
up the
miss you
pace.
here, though.
Yeah.
All right, let's take break number 2. We'll
All
come
right,
back with
Green Bean
more
number 2.
from Grandpa's Dania Beach after these words.
When people ask me about the best restaurants in South Florida, Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First class dining, top flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended for a special occasion or any occasion. Casa D'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new burrito tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sampler that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the lunch. Looking for great seafood that's a little further inland? Luke's Seafood and Grill. That's Luke's with a C. 5511 South University Drive in Davie. Luke and Roxy, they're a great couple with great food. It's a mom and pop shop bringing the freshest fish and seafood to Western Broward. Some of the best jambalaya and fish cakes around. And Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? You can find his famous Scoobies, those sauteed crab claws, right there on the specials board most days. Oh, so good. So take a trip to University just north of Sterling today. Lunch, dinner, closed on Mondays. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial. Serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Feel like getting away without leaving town? Then you got to check out the House on the River in Fort Lauderdale. It's a beautiful restored historic home with indoor and outdoor dining right on the new river. You'll think you're in Charleston or Savannah. It has a gorgeous patio, porches, and private dining areas, and it offers unique experiences perfect for a date night or fun times with friends and family. It has weekend brunches, happy hour, dinner Wednesday through Sunday. There's also a high tea on Friday and Saturdays, and the popular
$50 House of Veuve champagne experience on weekends. The House on the River is in Fort Lauderdale's Himmershey district, just south of the Science Museum. For reservations and information, go to the House on the 20 minutes. Hey, we're back on the brunch box. Well, it's almost lunchtime, so it's soon will be the lunch box again. Don't forget your headset, Freed. Nobody can hear you. We are so busy eating. That was fun. He's working on new kind. He's walking. He's pulling a Jimmy Butler here.
There you go.
He says, "No more words over the microphone." Here we go. Freed, you're back. This brisket, we were just. During the break, we were going to town on it.
It's unbelievable. It didn't look like that when we left,
And Defa, we don't mean to cause you great envy, but this brisket, and
it's I don't think I've ever seen brisket sliced that thin. You'll get roast beef thin like that, but brisket, I thought it was roast beef. Yeah, no, it's great.
So Defa, just so you know, you got 12 knishes coming, and now you got an order of brisket.
Believe me, I'd be happy to be jumping on that. That looks absolutely fantastic. Even on the little screen, I'm viewing this program on the computer here. It really looks amazing. And as Lubie always points out, Grandma, for some reason, always made it like shoe leather.
Yes.
You felt if it wasn't burnt to a crisp beyond recognition, like you had to have a dentist present so they could recognize what the meat was by dental records. And so to get it like that, I mean, that would be the way to go.
It's always rough. I remember going to my friend's house. His mom made the brisket, and he was so harsh. He just pretty much said it right at the table with everybody. He crushed her. He said, "Mom, this is not edible. It's not edible.
You shouldn't need a chisel, yes, to eat it."
I got a job for him as a critic at the
and she was and if he ever watched this show, which I don't think he does, but I'm talking about you, and you know who I'm talking to.
Yeah. Well, you know,
you are.
Why is it? I mean, I guess in older generations among the Ashkenazi Jews, like they didn't want to see any blood in their meat, so they cooked it past the point of medium, and it was to medium shoe leather. They murdered every cow that they touched. That this was the same at my Passover Seder's. Used to go in Long Island, a big family round circle. You know, it was like 49 of us at these holding tables in somebody's back. It was great until we got to the brisket, and then it was just like
my grandma was great in the kitchen. She was a great baker. But when she would,
brisket,
the brisket was so bad.
It was worth volunteering to eat the bitter herb.
Yes.
Oh God.
Rather eat the horse.
Like our friend Ken is a grill master, right? So like I didn't grow up. The only brisket I'd ever heard of was Jewish brisket, right? I didn't know brisket was this big barbecue thing. So he would want to go out, our buddy, and let's get brisket. I'm like, no.
He's scared shit of
brisket. I wouldn't want to go near brisket. He's like, no, it doesn't have to be like that. What's funny is my mom, because of how bad I sing bad, God rest her soul, because she was great in the kitchen, but the brisket was especially rough. Like my mom has become like a mad scientist about it. Like she measures this and that. Like her brisket's like reminiscent of your guys, where it's moist and it's good. Great. But every time I always think about my grandma.
I think they did it on purpose sometimes. I swear. Because then they hear everybody talk.
That's
they want to hear the
gripes.
But they're very consistent. Those grandmas, they're always the same.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Yeah. Well, you won't have any problem.
No, not here.
Brisket that doesn't satisfy here at
You're
Grandpa's.
annihilated. Look, we can't stop eating it.
Again, it is sliced thin, and it's just so
it's delicious.
You know, just
I enjoyed that a little bit.
It has the ribbons of fat running throughout it, so you get all your flavor. But again, you can ask for lean, and it goes down easy. Poor turkey. We haven't touched any of the turkey yet. We'll get there.
I'll tell you something. Wait till you taste this turkey.
Oh no, it looks thin sliced right off the frame, breast meat. The stuff that you use for your sandwiches too, right? Or it's a little different, but
I buy a pack. We don't cook it exactly,
right?
But you know what? It's just the only turkey and white meat that I can eat that doesn't get stuck in my throat.
Is it what? Can I ask? Is it a? It's not Empire because that's I guess kosher product.
Now you're asking for a lot.
I'm asking for too
you're
much.
You're over the line. Dear.
I'm over the line. I will stop asking
control
questions.
Him, please.
Yeah.
There's no reeling him in. No reeling him in.
Stop asking questions, Mike, and start eating again. That's what you get to do. Hey, let's talk matzah because it caused a little brouhaha on the Let's Eat South Florida group. What a surprise there.
Yeah.
Almost 192,000.
Nice.
I think we're going to be hitting 200,000 probably in about a month or two. But somebody did the price comparison. The same exact product, a 5-pound box of Manischewitz matzahs. So that multi-pack where you get 5 1-pound boxes.
Right.
All right. Somebody went to Costco and they found that they could get that Manischewitz matzah pack for $8.99. I picked up one at BJ's Wholesale Club the other week because I saw it for $9.99. I thought that's pretty good. You know, you get the
Great.
$2 a box.
It's great.
$2 a tro for your
So-
Manischewitz matzahs. Guess what? That same exact
Publix.
product is going for at your
Publix.
local Publix
15?
supermarket.
$14.99
Higher.
Higher than $14.99?
for
Yes.
Manischewitz.
Oh
Same
my
for
God,
the
for
five
matzah.
apple.
Huh?
It's a convenience store. That place. That
That
place.
place is
I think it's cheaper in Whole
$18.99.
Foods these days.
18. I think it's
$18.99
cheaper than
for
7-Eleven. You could
Get outta
get
here.
your matzah for $18.99 for 5 boxes, more than double what you're paying at
That's weird.
BJ's or the
That's horrible.
Costco. And you know,
I don't hate
we call
denigrating them.
That's a ganef.
Yes, Ganef. That's what. Look, I hate denigrating because I grew up going there. My parents were talking about religion, religious about going there, and they still dabble there. But they've gotten, unless it's a buy one get one or certain things where you can only get it there. It's
Yeah,
really
but-
hard for me to go there. Like, and again, I worked there in high school. My sister worked there. My brother worked there. Like, we were dedicated to that place.
But they
But every time I go in, it
changed.
stresses me out because I'm like, I was just at Aldi or I was just at Target or just anywhere else, and it's like half the price.
Walmart. Walmart has
Yeah,
great prices.
yeah, they do.
And if you've seen their profit report lately, it's
Yeah, it's
obscene what they're
ridiculous.
doing. But people, you know what? People, we live in a society where
Yep.
you have choice. And,
Yep,
Convenience.
yep.
and
Convenience.
people get
Convenience.
They're
so
clean
conditioned.
and they do a good job.
But
Look,
they
as-
did upscale. You could say Publix really became a better product too. Like
Oh,
some
you
of
mean
their
the-
things have
Yeah,
really
yeah.
gotten better.
They just the prices
They
on
did- what
similar things are
Like
annoying.
today, they got those $5 like boxes of sushi.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
it. The
yeah.
Wednesday sushi
Look,
special.
they
They're
have-
great.
That's
Their
a great
fried
special.
chicken is nice. Some people
I like
swear
the fried
by
chicken.
the subs. Are
I'm
you
okay.
a Publix sub fan, Defo?
I'm in agreement with you guys in the sense, and well put by Mark Freed, that it's like a convenience store. I would rather actually shop at the concession stands at Hard Rock Stadium.
Wow. I think they do.
I
have
think
a
you're getting equivalent prices, and you also get to see a game. So
Exactly.
it's the way to go. No, I'm always stunned. I'll go in there and buy 3 items at a time, and it comes out $36.60, and you're like,
It's
what the hell?
crazy.
Is that an exacta? What are you talking about? lady?
But their sandwiches are pretty well.
They're
no, they're
fine.
very
I like the
reasonable.
fried chicken.
And the
And their
fried
bread
chicken.
is pretty good.
They have
in there,
family
too.
meals you can make that are nice price.
And I'm still, you know, with their pharmacy. I've known the pharmacist for a long time. She takes good care of me. You know, she
What, she
answers
give
my
you free
question.
drugs?
Yeah, it's a pharmacy.
What do you get at the pharmacy?
Oh, she's sneaking you the.
For a while, actually.
He gets an
Publix-
extra pen of
Give me an extra
Hey,
Slide
Mayo,
over.
come here.
So we the day-to-day stuff there though, it's
This is tough,
unbelievable
yeah,
that
it's tough.
it's just that they charge so much more for some of the same things
It's
that
sad.
you could get down
It's
the
sad.
block.
They're really out of control.
It's just weird.
So yeah, so if you're gonna be in the market for Passover matzahs,
Don't go by. And you're
I would-
right. Because I walked into a Walmart and we always joke about finding Jewish things. But I'll give them, they have starting a week ago, they had a display right when you walked in of different matzahs and it was well priced. So it's like, all right.
and matzahs one of those
It's the
things that you
same.
can
If
buy
it's
at 2 months in,
Manischewitz.
Yeah.
a month in advance because it's not
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
go bad. It's in the
It's like the
box.
roaches.
It's
The great thing about shopping for matzah at Walmart, though, too, Lubie, is you ask where they are, and they say right under the gun rack there. They're like you have to
That's
dig
literally
behind the
a shot
frozen
in the arm,
arrows.
that one.
shot in the dark. So let's get to eggs. No egg surcharges here
No,
because this man
he's the
is
guy.
brilliant. He is able to procure his egg.
Not
contract.
ever.
Not
Have we done
forever.
a surcharge.
Mm.
Not yet. And I think eggs are going down.
No, they are
everybody.
coming down.
Are they
Thank
coming
goodness.
down?
You heard it from the guru.
At least a little bit. Thank God.
I was
You're
reading.
about-
like John Henry playing the commodities market, though. When it came to the eggs contract. You made that score last time we were in there, Mark.
It's
Freed,
like-
and, even brokers were calling you, going, "How the hell did he come up with this?"
No, it was classic. The last time he was literally like, you're joking, buy, sell, buy.
Yeah.
Like,
It was funny.
with eggs.
He phones.
And they were like at the highest price. And he's like, not here.
Right.
And
You
he's
were
like,
laughing
all
at
right, Mark.
the other people.
All right,
They were
John, I'm not
like, "Oh."
playing, John. I'm
And
not
I,
playing.
And I promise I don't fall off the truck either.
No. And the nice part is, when you order an omelet here, it's a nice 3-egg
Yeah,
omelet.
it's great.
This is one of those places where when I come for brunch with Val, we end up taking home leftovers because we just like the omelets and the platters are so big. Like I can't eat it all anymore, and I just like take half home and then I have it for the next day's breakfast. So you got to factor.
Come on, you don't get up in the middle of the night.
I used to, but now with this stuff,
now he's on Zemby.
Yeah.
He's a change.
Well, he's also handcuffed to the bed.
Yeah, that too.
That will help with your diet. Also.
And that's at my request. It's good. Oh man. Should we take break?
Yes, we should.
Okay, we're almost done.
One more.
Freed. I love it. Freed
He's killing the green beans though. He's doing well.
He's good. Proteins and vegetables.
Yeah, he hasn't had any carbs. He's been doing really good.
The way, the path, the truth.
The two gentlemen are doing good things. I'm proud of both of you.
We are making better choices, healthier choices. That's
just so you know, before we go, because I don't know if I'll be here after this. The guys who are charging surcharges on eggs had every right to do it, from my opinion, because it was so much. I mean, it was unbelievable how much eggs turned out to be, and some of them couldn't make money.
No.
So those people who still go there, I don't blame you.
Yeah, but like the big chains like Denny's and Waffle House, are they hurting that much today? You would figure they have huge suppliers and contracts. No. Okay.
You're just not Mark Fried.
The more you buy doesn't mean you get a discount anymore.
Okay. Yeah,
really?
You are lucky to get eggs.
It's a tough time.
But the amazing thing, Defo, is that no matter how it seemed like there was no shortage on eggs for the 30 dozen or the 15 dozen cases that were $130 a case. So it was $260 for 30 dozen. There was never a shortage. Somehow, some way, you can always get those. But when you get the discounted ones that I was able to get, you know what? They are around like the $260. So all of a sudden, the golden gooses or the golden eggs, them are available.
Oh, you wanted the special? Is the way.
Yeah.
And I'm not
Hey,
talking.
Mo, do we have any more of the special?
I could go for a special hot dog.
Ooh.
What do you think?
You know what? I never did eat the dirty dog up in New York. I'm sorry, Defo. I didn't stop at one of those push carts and get the Sabret's dog. I ended up being, I met Val, and she had a cousin in town, or her nephew, her niece. And next thing I know, I'm eating a nice shrimp cocktail because, again, I'm making better choices.
Man.
You know what? I say next month we bring Val. And we'll get the truth.
Get the honest.
I smell hot dogs on that bread.
No. I was good up there.
A shrimp cocktail over a hot dog. I mean, you can't consider yourself a New Yorker.
New York.
No, I'm an ex-New Yorker and the worst kind.
That's exactly an ex. Like
they were a great comparison, weren't they? Hot dog, shrimp, hot dog, shrimp.
Yeah, no, I'm making better choices. That's
I'm impressed, but your belly is down.
So that's good. I'm feeling good. All right, let's take that third final break, and then we'll wrap up this edition of the Lunchbox from Grandpa's after these
Bye,
words.
guys.
Hey, Lunchbox fans. Is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligan's, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks. They're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the lunch.
Fresh local fish, a sophisticated setting. I'm talking about Corvina Seafood Grill. It's at 110 Plaza Real South in Boca Raton, just south of Palmetto Park Road. It's the place to go for the freshest and local seafood and fish, some of it with a Peruvian twist like their great ceviches. It's open 7 days for dinner. They also have happy hours 7 days a week. You don't want to miss it. It's a great place. CorvinaBocaRaton.com for more information and reservations. Tell them the Lunchbox. All right, we're back. Freed's still here. I'm still
Freed's
eating
going.
brisket.
Freed's
He's
out.
gone. He's out.
You're the best.
We'll
Thank
see
you,
you
Mr.
soon. Always a fun time here at Grandpa. It's so funny because Freed is so comfortable in front of the camera and the mic now. He said when he first started, he was so nervous he would take half his Xanax before
Really?
the show. Yeah.
I don't
So,
know.
I try to take a whole one before every show. See what happens after that.
if I did that, you would
Be
see
incoherent.
me
Yes, we've seen you.
face
Pace
before.
was a little slow today, I would have to say, Mayo. I don't know. Are you 100%? You were mentioning something. You were
No,
getting into-
I'm completely. It's amazing that I was able to get through the show without losing my voice or having a coughing fit because I was up all night just hacking with a sore throat, and that's why Freed didn't want to be anywhere near me with a 10-foot
nor do I.
pole.
It's a common thread, though. I mean,
Yeah, no, nobody wants to be near me. I understand that completely. But yeah, no, I'm a little hoarse, but a little hot tea with the lemon and honey.
And you got matzo ball soup.
And the matzo ball soup, the Jewish penicillin, fixed me right up. I'm feeling great.
you finished strong. You really did, because that early shot of the table was depressing.
Oh yeah, no,
and now look at you guys, man.
You
You
worked
did it.
into it.
You know,
You upheld the traditions of the show.
You got to build to something. You don't want to start with everything, and then
I don't mind when we start with everything. I mean,
I am a
that's
fan of
great.
it,
That was
actually,
great.
but it worked out okay.
Now, this was a staggered approach to the whole festivities at Grandpa's. And again, if you are looking for something to grace the Passover Seder table that is not murdered beyond belief, you want to get the brisket.
Yeah, the brisket platter here would be fantastic.
Here, and if you're on the lighter side and eating more of the
And the turkey
poultry,
was good
that
too.
turkey sliced thin, that will please any palate at your Passover table. And and also got to get the 4 glasses of wine.
There you go.
Does anybody go to Seder's anymore?
We have one every year. My parents.
Oh, nice.
We have 2 actually. We do 2.
Am I invited?
You could be if you really
My
wanted to.
family is all kind of drifted away.
We should know. You and Val should
Gone
come.
away, so
Actually, it's an experience. My cousins come with their 12 kids, and then my sister with her 4 kids, and it's something for someone who's
Do
not
you
with
read
family.
the
We do the whole.
Haggadah
Yeah,
from
it's
soup to
fun.
nuts, and
Yes.
you do all the prayers.
We actually
and you
we do it
dip
in
the-
English, so everyone reads parts.
Do all
around
the
the
kids
table.
sing the 4 questions?
We all
or
just
s-
sing it. They
Okay.
try them when we were young, and then my brother and I and my sister would be like, "Yeah, that's weird. I'm not just gonna sing here by myself. Like that's awkward." So we just sing it as a group. But we do a real deal Seder. We do 2 actually.
I think Defo, you said you have this the gambler's version of the 4 questions. I'm like, why is this day? Why on this day do we bet superfectas when on regular days we just go?
Why
for
on this
those-
day do we trust the steward's opinion about this unnecessary disqualification? That would be question 1. No, I've been to many Seders. Family used to do it many years ago. My grandfather and grandmother, of course, were heavily into it, having come over from Germany. But they, I mean, it's been disbanded here, and I'm happy to go out to whatever restaurant's open.
All right. Well, you can get a taste of Passover right here at
Yes.
Grandpa's. Passover starts April 12th.
Mhm.
I have a feeling we might be in here that week before just
Yeah,
to
we know
remind
Passover
people
stuff.
that.
Order another brisket platter.
There you go.
Oh man, I'm full. I'm very happy. Well, that's
Tomorrow
gonna-
we're at Calabria, right?
Oh yes, so tomorrow we are on for Casa Calabria, 1 p.m. Calabria is open for dinner only. So unfortunately, if you did want to come out and watch us, you would have
You
to
can
do
do
it
it
through the
at the
glass
Tiki.
door. Actually, you can go to the
You go to the
Bamboo
Tiki.
Beach Tiki Bar there at the Ocean Manor Resort on Gulf Ocean Mile and have yourself a time. It's a
Oh, the
great place
tournament
to
started.
watch
Oh
the
my God, we used to do
tournament
that. You could
games
just be there all
tomorrow.
day.
We
You
might
could
have
be there
to.
all day.
We'll do
You
the-
also have the spring breakers there,
Yes.
which includes many lovely young ladies from the University of
They
Kentucky
love.
and various other colleges and universities, fine institutions around the country of higher learning and education. So that's going to be a wild time. That's a great place
We're
to
going
watch.
to have a fun time tomorrow. We might, do a little bit of double dipping action. We'll do the show at Calabria with Chef
Gotta get down to the
Salvatore
tiki.
and Frankie, and then head right down for an after show party at the Tiki Bar there, which is a lot of fun
It's a
for
blast.
some games and good bar food and drinks, of course.
There you go.
And quick word, because I haven't really given love to our premier sponsors, Tropical Acres. You can go in there today for their happy hour, 4:30 to 6:30, half-price drinks and light bites in the bar before you go into the main dining room and get yourself that great prime rib, some of the best prime rib in South Florida. They've been serving people for 75-plus years, the Studiali family, masters of hospitality. And you're going to want to get your reservations in the books right now for both Easter Sunday, April 20th, and Mother's Day, May 11th. Give them a call at 954-989-2500. Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap. We had a great time with them last week.
Yeah.
Tony Segreto is still marveling over the biscuits, the best biscuits he's ever had, where the biscuits call you by name, and so much more at Batch. They have 3 locations. We have the one in Fort Lauderdale, 525 North Federal Highway, along with the West Delray Marketplace. That is all the rage now, along with West Palm Beach on Clematis. Delaware Chicken and Seafood, if you're looking for the finest products for your table at home, if you're having any entertainment or parties during the tournament, you can pick up one of Gene's great party platters at Delaware Chicken. All right, that's going to do it.
Yep. As Mayo passes out on us.
That boy's a shot. Enjoy every sandwich.
Jesus.